Hi, it's the Lipstick Owl. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's talk about new makeup releases. I have been trying to kind of slow my roll when it comes to new makeup releases, and I haven't been able to. I need to be better. I really need to be better, but there is a lot of stuff that's really been catching my attention. And then as I'm looking through some of the Instagram accounts, I'm like, no, not even a whisper of a chance. All right, so let's jump into it. Just gonna scoot over. We'll throw a picture up here for you so you can take a look at everything. Let me just tell you, I am looking through the Trend Mood One Instagram account. I'll leave it linked in the description box below. That's usually where I go to see what's new. I know it's not really the only account, and there are a lot of products that debut that don't show up on Trend Mood, but that's kind of the one that I'm perpetually scrolling through, just so you know. The first thing is a new collection from Trend Mood. This is their Palm Springs collection. It's already available. It's been a long time since there has been anything from Colourpop that has interested me. Now, if you're looking at the eyeshadow palette here, who cares? That's me. My opinion is like, not for me. You know, warm neutrals with a pop of blue, we've seen it 100 times. That's not really what's exciting to me, but when I was looking at their cheek products, and here's where I'll tell you, I don't know if it's the turquoise blue packaging or whether it's the colors themselves. I am kind of excited about these. I am used to seeing their Super Shock highlights come in their round packaging where the lids screw on and off. Something very similar to this. This is the eyeshadow I'm wearing today, and you know, just larger packaging. But these are Super Shocks that come in their kind of flat square compacts. And I don't know whether it's the bright turquoise blue that's pulling me in, but that center shade, I don't know, it looks so pretty. It's so exciting. And even the one that is kind of the deepest shade, but it almost looks like a terracotta rosy, I'd probably use it as a blush. But I'm looking at that going, wait, what? And it's the first time in forever that I've had anything catch my eye from Colourpop. They do have some, I think their eyeliners, not for me. But then I went down and I saw this image. This is their glowing lip. They have 4 new glowing lips, and I don't know, oh, it looks like you can get the whole set for $25 because they're normally $8 each. I don't know, those colors like that orangey red, the deeper, more traditional red, you have a couple of nudes, a pinky nude, and kind of more like a cinnamony, maybe caramely nude. All of them look good, and I have not tried the Glowing Lips formula. Now, it's been a long time since I've purchased a Colourpop lip product because for the longest time, they went bad on me really quick, like less than a year, and they already started smelling like crayons, or like the butters and oils in there had gone bad. So I've just kind of quit purchasing Colourpop lip products. But the idea of a sheer, balmy, glowy, affordable lip product, it caught my attention. I don't know that I'm going to buy the Super Shock highlight or these glowing lips, but it definitely made me go, oh wait, hello Colourpop. Maybe 47-year-old me and you can still connect. So the next thing that I saw that really kind of caught my attention were the lip releases from Ariana Grande's Rem Beauty. All right, so I love a lip product. I am a huge lipstick, lip liner, lip gloss, lip tint, like you name it, I love it. And this, because up to this point, I really haven't been that intrigued by Rem Beauty. I haven't been interested in their eyeshadows and the other eye products that they have, like anything else really. I mean, the packaging is kind of interesting, but the minute I saw these, I was like, wait, what? All right, so there are $16 lip oils, $14 lip balms. Their classic lipstick is $19. They've got an $18 lip pencil, and then a $19 liquid lipstick. So I don't see myself picking up the liquid lipstick, and probably not even the lip oils, because I have other ones that I like. But I feel like the packaging is very in line. Part of me is a little bit curious about the lip pencils, but what really caught me was the lipsticks. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That little window that they have at the top of the lipstick where it's kind of offset just a little bit, I don't know, it looks kind of cute, like a little lipstick in space. I love that, but it's more than just the lipstick packaging as well. I feel like there's some really usable shades here. If you're looking at the swatches of these, the lightest 4 shades, the ones that are more nude in tone, I feel are all really interesting and might actually be shades that I would use in my collection. And the last 3 shades that are swatched, kind of like the more orangey slash terracotta shade, the bright like hot tomato red, and then that more traditional red. Those are all shades that I would wear. I feel like the ones in the middle that are more brown and maybe deep burgundy are definitely not calling to me, but like half the collection is, and I might pick up one to see what it's like. But I feel like $19 is, you know, reasonable for a classic lipstick that's not from a drugstore brand, but I don't know what the formula is like. Ulta is now carrying Rem Beauty, and so it'd be really easy for me to go in to swatch to see, do I like the formula? Do I like the colors? Are the photos different than what they are in real life? And maybe it's for me, maybe it's not, but I'm definitely gonna look to see if these show up at my local Ulta before I make a purchase, and who knows, maybe. All right, Alicia Keys Line Keys Soul Care has a new highlighter balm. It looks like similar packaging. I mean, the lid is different, but the little glass pot and the look of it on the skin really reminds me of the Living Luminizer from RMS Beauty. And RMS has not just, you know, that one shade that I own that I love. I feel like it's like kind of like their flagship product everybody knows them for, but they've got a lot of other really beautiful kind of pinky, peachy, golden shades of their luminizer. And that's what this kind of reminds me of. I don't know that I need this, but I think it's interesting. And I feel like since Alicia spent so many years sans makeup, finally kind of launching skincare and then later really lightweight makeup products, it kind of makes sense for the aesthetic that she has. Now, absolutely gorgeous woman. Her skin looks amazing in this. And it does really kind of make me want to go, ooh, could I look that good? You know, she's much younger than me, but it's an interesting product. I don't know that I need to rush out and have it, but it definitely made me go, oh, that's kind of interesting. All right, when I saw this, I was like, this looks like a disaster waiting to happen for me, because I struggle with liquid liner, but Essence has their new Last Princess liner. And this is a chubby eyeliner pen. Comes in black, it comes in brown, and one of their blacks also comes in a waterproof, and it's $4.99. So if you love liquid liner and you do well with kind of like a thicker, chubbier marker type, you'll probably love this. But I was looking at that, I'm like, and I know it goes to a really fine tip, but I would somehow end up with, like, I'm wearing liquid liner today and I'm still struggling. I love the look of liquid eyeliner, I just don't know that it works perfectly on me every day, and this I think would be too chubby for me, but I'm hoping that it's fantastic because that price point, like, how do you beat that? $5. I do like the Lash Princess Curl and Volume Mascara. That's really great. I like that they're expanding their range to a liquid liner. But if you try this, let me know, because the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, that's not for me. Just because it's not a little bit more petite. It's such a chunky applicator, and I think that that would cause me problems. But I love that there's an affordable option at the drugstore, but I'm gonna skip. All right, I don't know why I looked at this, was like, oh, okay, it looks beautiful. I don't know the reality of this product. Is it gonna work? But it's from NARS. It's their light reflecting prismatic powder. And it's one of those powders that had swirled colors in it, blue, yellow, pink. And it's one of those that is supposed to be not just light reflecting, but also color correcting. And it's a limited edition setting powder that's supposed to improve the look of the skin. Now, the model, the before and after, I don't know that her skin looks that much more like refined and perfected. It looks slightly more luminous, but is that the powder? Is it gonna make me look like a disco ball? I don't know. It's interesting, it's intriguing. And it looks like there's only the one shade in Moonwave, which is pastel pink, blue, and yellow, and it's all swirled together. But it kind of reminds me, do you remember when e.l.f., do they still have this product? It was like one of their kind of NARS knockoff packaging that had like white, pink, blue, and yellow setting powder that you could swirl your brush in. It kind of reminds me of this, but I don't know if they still make that. And I remember hearing that it was a little bit dry, but this looks beautiful, and it sounds like it's supposed to give the skin a look of enhanced, no flashback, illuminated, diffused, all of that. I'm like, yes, but I don't know. And I'm sure, you know, at the NARS price tag, it's probably going to be like high 30s, low 40s. I don't know that I need this. I've been buying a lot of powder recently, but it definitely caught my attention. If there are good reviews for this, I might end up picking this up. It's been a long time since Tarte has put anything out that kind of caught my attention. I don't know how long it's been since I've purchased a Tarte product on purpose. Maybe more than a year. I think the last thing I purchased was their Shape Tape Creamy Concealer. But other than the concealer, I can't remember the last time I bought anything from Tarte. Like, it used to be a brand that I had a lot of and that I trusted, and I used to get once a year or maybe twice a year, they would do like a buy this full set of 5 or 6 products at a reduced price, and you can pick your colors and your shades and your finishes. And I used to do that quite often, and I just haven't. It's definitely been a brand that has kind of fallen off my radar, but I saw some images that made me go, wait, what? The first thing I'll tell you is I've been really curious, and I haven't done more than try the one that my daughter bought, was to try one of their juicy lips, like one of their balm tinted, sheer, glossy, kind of gloss and stick form lip products. I know they have a plumping version. I think they have some interesting colors. I definitely want to pick one of those up. But when I saw their new summer releases, I was like, wait, what? So they have their new Maracuja Juicy Glow pen. It's $25, and it looks like it's a hydrating, but also highlight type of pen that you just swipe over your skin and like tap in. I saw a model doing that on their Instagram, and I was like, what is this product? So I looked it up, and I was like, oh. And I like the ease of that, where you just kind of crank it up like their juicy lips, and you just, you know, swipe it on here, bridge of your nose, wherever you want, you know, Cupid's bow, and you just kind of tap, 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 tap. That looks really interesting, but it also means there's not a ton of product there. So that was kind of like, wait, what? Looks like they also, instead of just having their kind of balmy, glossy lip products, they have something called their Juicy Lipstick. So it's kind of like a same sort of pen style where you twist it up, and instead of being really glossy and balmy and sheer, it's more of a satin lipstick. That looks interesting. I don't know if I need it. I feel like some of the shades that they have might be, you know, too pink or too peach for my taste, but I'm kind of interested. If they were more neutrals, I don't know, I'm loving that. Not interested at all at their Amazonian clay palette, their jewel palette with 6 shades. I do like that it's a smaller sized palette, only 6 shades. I like a minimal small palette, but these are just kind of like whatever sort of colors. But I was looking at their Shape Tape Glow bronzer. That looked interesting. Now, I don't know that I love the packaging. The packaging kind of reminds me of like Milani packaging, drugstore packaging, but the look of the pearlized finish of the product pressed into a dome in the pan, it made me go like, wait, what? I don't know. Those look intriguing to me. And I can't, and seriously, it's been a long time since I've seen anything from Tarte that made me kind of go, wait, what? So this is interesting. I'm not running out to buy it, but it is on my radar. And if it gets good reviews, I could see myself picking up, you know, maybe the pen highlight. Maybe I'd be a waste because you're not getting a ton. Maybe there are satin lip products or some of the other ones that are kind of in that pen format, and that glowy bronzer. Okay, so everything else is kind of like, not so much, but that was like, yes, those look interesting to me. There is a new powder from Uma Beauty, and it's their Trip and Smooth powder. And it's the packaging that looks absolutely stunning to me. Now, I don't know whether it's a mattifying powder. I don't know whether it's a radiance powder. I don't know, but the packaging makes me go, everything should be like this, because it's a loose powder. And it comes kind of like in your traditional packaging like this with a screw-on lid. But what's interesting about it, instead of having a sifter like this, all of the product is in kind of like a double, it looks like a donut because there's a giant hole in the middle. And then all you do is you twist it, and product falls down into the bottom of that hole. It's dispensed that way so you can put your brush or a sponge down in the middle. And the more you turn, the more the powder dispenses. And I'm like, what? I love that idea. I'm trying desperately to finish this one up because I don't like the sifter. It has this little guy here that makes sure that only a certain amount of powder comes out, which is great. But when there's hardly any left, it's hard to get it to come out, and I'm trying to finish it and I can't really get it to work for me. I also am not a fan of and this is my personal preference, products like this with this little bouncy mesh net. I have one from Huda, I have this one from Glossier. I could definitely see myself like eventually cutting out the net and just sticking my brush in there, but then it's just gonna get everywhere. My favorite type of packaging has always been the ones where there is a sifter and a sifter cover, where you can cover and uncover where the powder comes out, because the ones that are just like there's a sifter and it's open and you know your powder starts rummaging around inside your bag, or you drop it and you pick it up and next thing you know there's like half the powder's in the cap. It's a frustration point for me. But I'll tell you, the idea of this where you just turn it a little bit and product falls out of the bottom into the well, I don't know, just for packaging design alone, I'm kind of like, I want to try it just for that. There are some new products that are available now at Sephora that kind of caught my attention. One of them is the Westman Atelier Vital Pressed Skincare Blurring Talc-Free Setting Powder. First of all, price, $75. But I've heard so many beautiful things about Westman Atelier. I have one product from the brand, and I think that it might be time to try a few more. But I'm always looking for a powder that's lightweight, that's basically invisible, but that does miraculous things and keeps my face in place and my products from creasing, from crinkling, from settling into expression lines. This one looks really interesting. Their lightest powder looks basically white. I don't know, but they do have a lighter tone skin tone powder and then a pink powder. And I don't know which one of those would be most appropriate for me, but it's supposed to give your skin a diffused look and supposed to make your skin healthier over time. I never use the same powder that frequently unless I fall in love with something and I can't stop using it. I don't know how I would see the benefits of improving my skin over time. And that's kind of a big claim for a makeup product. But I don't know, I'm still curious. And I don't know if I'm curious because it's Westman Atelier and I hear a buzz about it, or whether it's just because that powder looks beautiful. But it's kind of expensive. The other product is Kosas' new lip liner, and it's their Hot Liner Hyaluronic Acid Contouring Lip Liner. It's $19. It looks like there are 6 shades, and I think the ones that are most interesting to me are the warm pink beige and the toasty red shade. But I don't know, they're not the most exciting colors overall, but I could see how they would be super useful. And the idea of there being hyaluronic acid in a lip liner, are there a lot of other lip liners like that? Maybe there are and I just don't know about it, but a hydrating lip liner that's also going to keep my lipstick where I put it, that sounds kind of magic to me. The next thing that really caught my eye is something that I have been kind of intending to purchase, but I wouldn't let myself get another red lipstick. And it's Gwen Stefani's Give makeup line. And it's her red lipstick. She's got a couple of different formulas. She's got a liquid lipstick, she's got a matte formula, she's got kind of like a more cream formula, and she just came out with something called Extra Sauce, which is a new formula. It's a long wear liquid lipstick with a vinyl finish that's supposed to be smudge proof, kiss proof, mask proof, like all day wear. And that sounds kind of intriguing to me because I've been loving kind of glowy, glossy red lips. But I think maybe more than that is her Anaheim Shine lipsticks, which is kind of a silky formula, and it's the shade Rosewood Street and Screen My Phone Calls. So the Rosewood Street is kind of that rosewood color, and the Screen My Phone Calls is kind of like that hot tomatoey red shade. I'm excited by these. I know I probably don't need these 2 types of shades because I have these shades all throughout my collection, but they call to me. I do feel like the Stomp Box, which is the bright red, the darkest of the shades, also calls to me, but I have so much red lipstick like that. It's the other ones like the orangey red and the rosewood color that I feel like I could wear on the regular. They're $26. And I don't know that I'm like placing an order because they're already available, but it's like, oh, wow, yeah, maybe. Here's something that also caught my attention, but I don't think I need it. This is new from Pat McGrath. It's her mini eyeshadow palette called Midnight Voyage. All right, so this is $29. When was the last time that there was, I think the last mini Pat McGrath palette had 5 shades and the packaging was, now this packaging also looks super budget, and it almost reminds me of, let me just see if I can pull it out for you. With the printing on the plastic, it reminded me of this, the Essence I Like to Mauve It palette. The shades are different, but kind of also similar. and this is drugstore. I don't know that you're getting the same sort of finishes that you would get from Pat McGrath, but that's what the packaging of this new palette reminded me of. Now the price point I feel is really good because you're paying, I think, $60+ for the 6-pan palettes, $125 for the 10-pan palettes. And I have, you know, one of each of those, but I do also really love her quads. And I feel like, I don't remember how much these are. Are these like in the $50 range, high 40s? I don't know. But this is, I felt like something I could see myself purchasing more of because the formula is beautiful. It's just enough, not too many shades for me and the way I like to wear makeup. And this was like, oh wow, look, you're getting 6 shades. But as I'm looking at this, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't use these specific shades. If she came out with different shades in this format, I might be willing, but I like that she's giving you that Pat McGrath experience at a more affordable level, because up until this point, it's really been, you know, very luxury, very bougie, very much, you know how much you're gonna spend, and if it doesn't work for you, you're kind of like, oh. And I felt like that a lot with Pat McGrath products, where it's like hyped up and it's supposed to be beautiful and it's supposed to be elegant, it's supposed to be perfect, and then I try it and I'm like, oh. And maybe it's my expectation is different than the reality of the product, but this size is intriguing. This price point is really welcoming to a lot of people who haven't been willing or able to spend the amount on her eyeshadows up to this point. But I don't know. Let me know, are you getting this? Have you already ordered it? What are your thoughts on this? This one really surprised me because it's kind of like opening up the door to another large group of people who are like, I'm never spending $125 on an eyeshadow palette. You know, this is more, you know, bite-sized and accessible. All right, I already ordered this one. Should be here tomorrow. We'll see. It should. Hopefully I'll have a video up on Wednesday about this, but this is the new Anastasia Nouveau eyeshadow palette. It's been a long time since Anastasia has put out an eyeshadow palette that I was like, ooh, I want. Because I feel like a lot of the Norvina pigment palettes have not really been for me. I feel like some of the other ones that have come out in the last few years, I don't know, I'm thinking about it. I have the Jackie Aina, I have the Soft Glam, I have the, what was the one that was like limited edition? It was the Sultry palette. I have the original Norvina palette that comes like within the little velvet packaging. I no longer have the Modern Renaissance, but I did at one point. I feel like those sorts of palettes are more neutral and usable. And then there was a lot of bright colors, pigments, greens, orange, purples that are just not the way that I wear makeup. But this really hooked me in because you do have like that soft lavender shade, kind of a more terracotta shade, but you have some of those murky, kind of mossy greens and taupes, and it looks beautiful. It really looks beautiful. I like signed up for we'll send it to you when it releases on our website first, but guess what? I should have waited till it came to Sephora because I could have driven to my local Sephora, picked it up, and been back with it. Or even my local Ulta, because it's still not arriving and other people were just waiting at their Sephora kind of like, it's release date, let's go. Anyway, it should be here and we'll talk about it when it does, but yes, this really caught my attention. All right, something else that really made me be like, oh, is the Stitch collection from Wet n Wild. Now, if you don't know, I love Disney. I grew up in Southern California. My parents took my brother and I to Disneyland probably 3 to 4 times a year for 8 years, sometimes more than that, but that was at least like the minimum. Loved it so much. It was kind of like our park. We hung out there all the time. I remember always loving Disney movies growing up. I sang all the songs. And on my honeymoon 20 years ago, guess what came out? Lilo and Stitch. And we went to see it on our honeymoon. And it's kind of funny, but I love this sort of stuff. So I'm looking at this and I'm having that moment because my 20th anniversary is later this month, but I'm looking at this going, oh. Now, the eyeshadow palette, although it's super cute, not going to use it. Probably also wouldn't be using the brushes or the lip products, but the things that really caught my attention was their Hula Honey, their like glowy, bronzy palette. I really love the idea of being bronzy and glowy for summer, and I don't think I'd be able to use all the shades in here on my face, but probably be able to use a lot of them, and then I'd use the other one that's really deep on my eyes. And I also really love the little vacation mode bag, the little makeup bag. That's super cute. As well as their Catch and Waves sort of makeup sponge. Just because, I mean, come on, it comes on a little surfboard. Not, where am I gonna put a surfboard on my makeup table? I don't know. It just looks adorable. So that's interesting, and I feel like the rest of the collection is probably not for me, but the bronzer, that travel bag, and the little sponge, because I'm using just a regular pink sponge, but that one has stitch on it. I don't know. I probably don't need it. I shouldn't get it, but don't be surprised. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I think it's been like a solid month or more since I've done one of these videos. And a couple weeks back, somebody asked me if I was getting the new Pat McGrath blushes, and I was like, Pat McGrath blushes, new blushes, what? I love her blush formula. I have 2 of them. I would have like a ton more, except for I remind myself, what can you reasonably use? And then I realized these weren't just like new colors, these were duos. And I was like, ah! So I'm trying to remind myself that I have plenty of blush, because I've been buying blush like a crazy person. But I like the idea of getting 2 duos. And there are some really beautiful color combos, but more than even that, there are highlights. There are 4 new highlights, and I'm just like, what? So the blushes, you get a demi matte and a satin in each of the duos. They're $44, and their highlighters are $48. And Glimmering Platinum, the lightest shade, is calling my name. And I don't know whether I'm gonna wait until there's like a sale on the Pat McGrath website or until the fall sale at Sephora, but probably gonna end up with at least one of the duos and the highlight, but I don't wanna pay full price. So yes, they have me excited. Yes, they're beautiful, because I love both the highlight formula and the blush formula. Oh, I think this is gorgeous, but I don't think I'm gonna get it right now. There is a new cream bronzer, and I have been head over heels for bronzer this summer. I've purchased so much bronzer, but this one is from LYS, and this is their No Limits cream bronzer stick. It's a little triangle. At first when I saw the image alone, I'm like, is that a new Hourglass cream bronzer? Because it really reminds me of the Hourglass kind of triangular, you know, vanish stick, vanish highlight sort of situation. But this is from LYS, which means it's going to be so much more affordable. There are 5 shades. It's a satin finish formula that glides. It's supposed to be easy to blend. I like that. I don't know. I put it in my Sephora cart, and then a couple of days later I went back and my shade was sold out. So obviously not getting it right now, but I haven't checked the LYS website. Don't think I need to, but it's definitely got my attention. And it's between that and there is a new product from, and it's not new, it's been out for a while, but a new one from Rose Inc. Rose Inc. has a new cream bronzer and cream highlight. I know. I just got the new one from Charlotte Tilbury that's a cream bronzer, and I don't know what to tell you. It's really calling to me. It's $36, and it comes in 4 shades, but it's supposed to be soft focused skin radiance cream to powder formula that provides vitamin C and vitamin E for antioxidant protection. I don't know, the minute I start hearing about skincare ingredients in makeup, okay, fine, whatever, but I'm not using it for that purpose. I'm using it for the bronze. And I don't know that there's enough of those ingredients to make a noticeable difference, but I feel like the product itself looks really interesting. I'm not sure if the lightest shade in Parrot K is actually the right shade for me, or if I would need the second shade called Kawaii, because the one in Parrot K, it looks like it might lean a little yellow. And I don't always love products that lean that way. I wish I could swatch it. The one thing that I am super excited about is the Solar Radiance Hydrating Cream Highlighter. It's $30 for the compact with a product in it, or $18 just for the pan. And they have some beautiful shades. There are 5 shades, and the 2 lightest ones, they're calling to me, and I don't need, but I'm very intrigued. So Brilliant is the pearl, Glancing is kind of like a warm rosy bronze. Those are the 2, and maybe it would be easy if I could go into a Sephora and swatch them, but not my local Sephora is an hour away and doesn't always carry like the full Rose Inc line. They may have like 1 or 2 things, but I don't know. I might just break down, and these are also things that I might get during the sale. You know, not that I need it right now, but it's very intriguing to me, as is the one from LYS. I've been buying a lot of bronzer, and I'll tell you, I don't really need any bronzer. I would love to know what new releases, whether it's skincare, whether it's makeup, whatever, is exciting you right now. What sorts of things like really catch your attention? You're like, ah, I really want to know more about that. Or ones where you're like, no, never. Never, 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 ever. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I'll see you again soon.